So, Jim, I was telling him about the 4 characters I created for the next game. Because I was having a hard time deciding which one and what, exactly to play, and I think we've knocked out 2 of them, but one of them was a Drawl Scholar.
Oh.
So, but if Kelly's playing a Slicer Droid, she's going to have a high int already. And that would be a little redundant, and I would hate to detract from her because the drawl is so, starts off with an int of 4, and I bumped it up to 5. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go with the falling tactician.
Oh, so a little bit of combatiness.
A little bit combatiness. I figured.
Well, somebody else has got to if I'm going to be the only frickin' combat.
Yeah, a little bit combaty, but I like the high leadership, and I really liked some of the stuff I saw in the tree, like bodyguard and field commander, things like that. Natural leader.
I kind of like that field commander one that you were talking about, because having a free movement basically for 4 people is nothing to sneeze at.
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah, that's a really great power.
Yep. So I think I'm going to go with the Falleen. Keep that in mind when building your characters. I have a really high leadership skill, so we won't need to duplicate that.
Yeah. Part of Commando.
You guys still.
And then
What?
I don't know.
No, and then
whispering at us.
I know, and it cut out.
Like, I'm trying to find the information that I need to build my character, and I keep running into like a fuck ton of information that's just like stuff. Like, we're using duty, I assume, and then that's what I'm using.
Oh,
but I need to know what I'm putting into it, right? So base 10, is that the starting obligation?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Obligation.
So if you're in the
actually, you're going to be duty.
You want to go to duty.
Duties, yep.
So if you drop down obligation, it'll change to duty. And then starting size is 10.
Because who doesn't like duty?
Duty.
And
right, and which is our starting? Because then I have a choice of +5, +10, +1,000, and +2,500.
So starting duty, you're going to want to put is 10.
Huh?
And
starting size for group is 10.
Up above that, you're going to want to click the drop downs to pick what duty you want. And it'll ask if it's 5 points or 10 points.
Or 0.
Or 0. So what species and career are you thinking about?
Well, I'm thinking about it. Don't you worry about it. I've got lots of thoughts.
Well, she was looking at the adjective last we heard. So
yeah. So in regards to duty, make sure you all are picking something you want to be used in missions for you guys. So, like, if you want to be killing people, Wet Works would totally be the thing. That's telling me that you want, in the mission, a chance to whack somebody. So,
counterintelligence.
Sure when you take your duties, you're picking you're telling me what you want your missions to involve.
Yeah. And you can pick a couple duties.
Yeah, you can always.
If you're picking 2, you're going to do like 5 and 5. Or 0.
Yeah, like BT is wet work and sabotage.
Which, funny enough, is blowing shit up in 2 different ways.
Yes.
So
sometimes it's things, sometimes it's people.
So I'm going to go with counterintelligence and tactical insight on my Falleen.
Counterintelligence is always fun because it just means leading lots of misdirection.
Yep.
Communications facilitator. Just communication. So, like, I can do this also on my own time unless we're getting together to just do this piece.
Oh no, I think we are trying to wrap up the other game.
Yeah, that's what I had thought.
I think
So, like,
it would be good that before the next game starts, that we have a session where we just are hashing things out like this.
True.
I think that would be excellent.
An actual
agree.
session 0.
Oh, plus there's always the chat, so
Yeah.
as we go.
Yeah, I fall behind in the chat so much. I would really appreciate a live session like this.
Same.
Because, some folks look at all the stuff I dump in the chat and go, what the what?
Especially
That's
when
me. He's talking about me, guys.
And me, because I see it comes in the middle. I'm at work, my phone lights up. I look at this, and I'm like, no one has time for this.
So do you have an idea what you're looking at?
I have some ideas, but I need to start with like what of my ideas are actually supported by the game system, because I had an idea of running a Doug, but I don't see any that's a playable character race.
Running a what?
A Doug.
Yeah, Doug is totally a playable race.
I have not found it. I mean, I know it's in the PDFs that I've been given. It's not it's not listed. So.
You're not using Ogdudes?
They're in there.
Yep, Doug's are in Ogdudes.
Yep, they're totally in there.
They're aggressive.
I use Ogdudes at the end once I've just to input my character, but in terms of actually deciding what where am I going with the character, I need to do the reading ahead of time. So
that's where you should start with Ogdudes, because it kind of points you to where you need to go to do the reading.
It is pretty handy.
Yeah,
like it says here, please see page 18 in the Forged in Battle source book for details. Like, it tells you where to go to get what you need, which is super handy.
Yeah, that's good point. The biggest problem I have with Ogdudes is all my machines are Mac, and it's a PC thing. So I have a virtual machine that I can use for it, but it's firing up the virtual machine, which is an extra step and a pain in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Jim, we want to go on spy missions.
Spy missions. All of those that I listed on the Skype chat are totally spy missions. It's almost like I went to the duty page for Age of Rebellion and for specifically the spies and ciphers duty list and almost copied them verbatim. Because the GM's making a really easy cheat mission generator for himself, just to be lazy if he needs to be.
Oh.
I'm actually thinking of, because you sent out that one sheet that has the what to spend your advantages on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then you sent out all these wonderful PDFs that have more advantage ideas for specific character types. And I'm like, what if I put all of those in one Word document so I had them all in the same place?
What? That's crazy talk. See, I actually have that exact thing now that I've made the individual ones for like stealth rolls and deception rolls. And if you haven't looked at those yet, totally look at them, because they also some of them give optional uses for deception, stealth, stuff like that, skullduggery. So it's not just in the pitch of the battle doing that skill. It's also do I want to make something with concealed something in advance? Or like our slicer could totally look at the optional computer stuff to totally give one of you guys a code cylinder that totally looks like a real code cylinder but has malicious code in it. So when you get captured or you decide to leave it behind and someone plugs it in the machine, it can totally do things. This is why you don't go up to random USB ports you see in walls and plug your computer into them.
What? No, my dude's locked up on me.
No.
It ain't so.
I definitely think there was an update of things happening because one of my computers crashed many times today. Which tells me something is being updated, probably Microsoft.
Yeah, Teams was acting up today at work, so.
Everything was fucking around at work today.
I'm on a new ISP because CenturyLink pissed me off finally to my wit's end.
Well, it is CenturyLink.
Yeah, so I'm on Xfinity now. Comcast.
Hey, Keeping the Peace, is that a book that you have? A Sith book you have?
That's totally a book.
Can you share it with us?
Sure. It's totally the Jedi book.
Oh. You're Jedi?
Yeah. So it's one of the Force and Destiny books. Let me close stupid
Windows
11 and I will share
Oh, no.
What's wrong?
Dudes.
What happened?
It corrupted my Falleen character.
Oh,
Aww.
no.
Yep, can't open them.
You'll have to remake them. However will you do that?
It's going to be hard. I don't remember what all I did to create that character.
He's made like 25 characters.
I know.
And it was Keeping the Peace, right?
Yes, please.
Coming to you shortly. I mean, probably longer than shortly since it's loading up very slowly.
Also, Knights of Fate.
Oh, that's another good book. Some of the, for those who don't read the fluff books, they actually have some really cool stuff in there. And if you have not had a chance, definitely check out the Cipher and Masks fluff book because there are cool weapons for assassins in that. If anyone wants an assassin-y type character, and I think the Nightshade rifle is ridiculous. It's a sniper rifle with extreme range. Can shoot a slow bullet that's unseeable. It's ridiculous.
The slow blade penetrates.
Where's the Cipher and Masks? Why is it not showing up here?
It should be up there. If not, I'll share it again just in case, because it's probably like...
Oh, I found it.
Okay. I was going to say, it's probably ridiculously high up in the list. Skype is totally looking, going, why are you sharing all these files? To which I say, it's a paid account, so share those files.
Suck it. And G, you said that you were one of your characters was a Mun.
Nope. I created a Drawl, a Falleen, a Togruta, and an what's the U one?
The white, creepy looking guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that totally talked to Obi-Wan Kenobi when he jumped on his lizard mount to go fight his clone troopers with the creepy teeth.
Yeah, creepy sharp teeth, no irises, and yeah. In fact, I created a pretty nice version of them on Hero Forge. All right, so let's.
Yeah, the token you made for the Falling was pretty cool too.
Yeah, actually, I use that as a base because the what is? Let me look up that guy real quick. Tell you what that race is because I can't think of it right now.
It's
Umbaran.
Yeah,
it's an Umbaran. I just started off with the Falleen base, made him taller, changed the skin color, took the hair off completely, and was like, "Yeah, this works." I will be back in just a minute.
Okay, must be something going on out there. I was trying to find the site for the Ogdude data sets, and a bunch of the Reddit sites and stuff are all locked down. Apparently, somebody's been screwing with people creating third-party stuff.
Oh crap! That sucks.
Do you have Sons of Fortune?
I do.
Sun like in the sky?
And I just recently updated it too.
See, I unfortunately have not done any of the mods. On mine, I still keep it completely vanilla.
Yeah, it's just nice to be able to read everything right there without having to go look through a bunch of books.
Oh, true. I mean, usually for like one shots and stuff, I'll print up the Ogdude's character sheet, and then I'll print up the talent tree separate.
So Golda, as far as I can probably recreate that character fairly simply, fairly quickly. What really sucks is I had actually written the backstory for the character, and I've lost that too.
Oh, that does suck.
Ooh, Zeltron.
Now, one thing I was telling Gunter last week or the week before, or something like that, is that since somebody in this group is going to be playing the face, I said, well, in that case, I'm going to play the BA.
Yes.
Dun 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 dun.
I love it when a plan comes together, guys.
I mean, let's be honest. The A-Team breakdown is the classic hero group breakdown.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, with my thought with the Doug, I was thinking of doing a Doug pilot, in which case I'd be the Murdoch.
Why is he flying crazy? Because he's flying with his feet.
Doesn't everybody?
Right?
Trash bags.
Like, let me pull up my Ugg-Dudes. I totally forgot what the Doug's thing was. I've never actually rolled up a Doug. Let's see if I can pull up Ugg-Dudes without it exploding and dropping everything.
What are you looking for?
The Doug's racial abilities.
Oh, they just basically start with Brawl 1 and Talents, Defensive Driving 1.
Okay, I remember it
and
was
then there's
something piloty from Duncan's old pilot from the old Thunder Squad.
Yeah. And then Agility 3, Presence 1, and then the rest are 2s. So other than that, they don't have any super special other than the defensive driving.
Which is good, because that counts for planetary, too.
Yep. That's helpful.
And the Doug totally says, I pity the fool.
Do any of you Ogdude's experts know where the program saves characters to?
No.
Yeah, it's going to be if I can on, where in the hell is it on here?
Now, are you meaning inside Ogdudes or when you try to like print to PDF and save?
No, he's looking for the root folder for it.
Yeah.
There we go, this PC. Sorry, takes a second because I'm on fucking 11 and it sucks.
Yeah, I've not liked since my laptop auto updated to 11. It was not nice.
I used to know where it was because at one point when I was creating Cal, I was having Gooder help me with it, and I sent him a copy of that file, but I no longer know where the hell that is because that was a while ago.
And of course, I will totally apologize in advance because those free talent trees that I'm giving you, none of them are in Ogdudes.
Yeah, I noticed that.
But they're too cool not to give out.
Yeah, so for my Falleen, I'm going Imperial Cadet.
You're one of the last, elitists that went through the academy. Then you're like, you son of a bitch. Our
Yep.
Slicer is also an Imperial Cadet. It is a really potent tree. It's got some cool shit for everybody.
Yep.
Not to mention it makes a lot of career skills.
I think the 4 skills it had were already career skills for my Falleen, but that's okay because I still saw really cool shit in the tree.
When you get down the tree, there's some blah 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 becomes a career skill. I know the recruit is good about that too for the rebels. It totally explains how Princess Leia was able to take a diplomat and be good at shooting. Because her papa would have taken her to training. I guess if my daughter's going to become a rebel, we're going to take her to Ranger Camp.
Right?
I want to be a rebel ranger. I want to live.
I'll have to search. I forget where in hell it's at.
I still love in the Bloodlines book where it talks about young Princess Leia, how without even realizing it, her parents were totally training her to be a rebel fighter. And it wasn't until she discovered mom and dad were rebels did she get to join the rebellion. It's like, so you sent your kid to do all these tactile things and learn this and learn that, and who knew? And then we get to see the Obi-Wan series, and we see exactly why. Oh, because she's getting kidnapped every other weekend.
Poor kid.
To which I gotta say, poor Lola.
It's a cute droid.
A beautiful homage to Batteries Not Included.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we gotta ask, why couldn't they build a Lola into R2 to make him even cooler?
So if you go to your Explorer, then type in Ogdudes. I think, let's see, we'll do Star Wars SW Care. I think we'll bring it up to, so like SWCHAR for the search, that should bring it up. Oh, no. Try it. Yeah, do Ogdudes. And it should show you a Star Wars SWCHAR Gen. Net. Oh no, that's a folder. That's a file. Just pulling up stuff because I got a bunch of stuff on my. Oh, maybe this is it. No. I don't know. I'll find it. I got it somewhere.
No worries.
You've got it somewhere in hiding.
Right, so I feel like coercion is right for the face, but it's also like it might be.
Well, it depends on what kind of face you're going.
So let me.
Well, it picked my species. Does that?
So what species are you going with?
Zeltron.
A Voltron.
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun.
There's more than meets the eye.
Right, but what career are you
Transformers.
looking at?
Well, you guys didn't ask that yet. I'm looking at diplomat agitator.
Right.
And so then I was thinking charm, deception, and negotiation. Right. So then I started thinking, well, what does leadership look like? What does lore look like? Right. Because then I have my knowledge things that I'm able to look at. So I can choose one more skill. And then for my specialization skills, I have coercion, deception, streetwise, and underworld. So I feel like deception is probably going to be in our best interest.
That will definitely be in your best interest.
Yes. So then I'm looking at like coercion, streetwise, or underworld. So I'm trying to determine which one of these is going to be best for us for our game.
If you look at your specialization tree, Scathing Tirade uses coercion, which is what causes strain on people. So I would probably recommend your setup focusing on coercion. And then also, any of the other corresponding, but coercion is your Scathing Tirade, which is going to be one of your main verbal attack abilities.
Yeah, that's coercion based. That's your main attack. Everything in your tree kind of circles around Scathing Tirade.
Okay, because
it is a will.
Which is against will?
Yep. So you want your will to be the better.
Yeah, it uses willpower as your main characteristic, and coercion is the skill that's tied to that.
Now, your alternate is then deciding if you want to go coercion and charm, or coercion and deception, which is cunning, or charm's presence along with leadership as presence.
I did both.
So
I did charm and deception.
I found it.
You know when to lie and when to bat the eyelashes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like to be a more quote well-rounded face. I don't know. It sounds weird when I say it out loud.
Well, no, but yeah, I mean
that like both of them are going to be worthwhile. But exactly. I agree with you. Coercion. So deception. I feel like deception I should stick with. So leave out streetwise and underworld and take coercion and deception.
Right, but I'm talking your characteristics is what you want to focus on. So for coercion, you want your willpower to be the focus. And then it's, do you want, if you're going deception, then you want a potentially secondary focus as far as how high you want it would be cunning. If you're wanting to charm more, then you would want your presence to be your next highest.
My presence is a 3 before I do anything.
Which is pretty damn good.
Which? Right, but if you're going to... Okay. So if you're going cunning or deception primary after coercion, then you would want your cunning up instead. So, I mean, that's...
My cunning is a 2 before I do anything. My willpower is only a 1.
Then that's not going to be a good coercion.
Yeah, you want to have some points.
I'll need to add stuff to it.
Or choose a race that starts with a bump in coercion.
Hey, it's not expensive to get a 1 up to a 3. I mean, that's
not too bad. So just throwing out thoughts to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Point economy. When I create, I typically try to look for something that my main ability is a 3, and then work the others accordingly. That way, if I bump that if I want to bump it to a 4, it's just 40 points versus 30 points and then 40 points to get it to a 4. So.
And I'll totally throw the well-rounded angle out there that there's nothing wrong with having a couple 3s instead of a 4 and 1 3.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you can start one of those at 3, and then that helps you.
And it will be super handy with the Zeltron being near human,
One thing I've just been looking at, since Gunter reminded me that, what he thinks that the party needs is a thief character. And I was just looking around. I might do a sentinel shadow.
Ooh, you brave man. So you're thinking an actual trained Jedi in hiding?
Yeah.
Ooh, you brave man. All of a sudden it goes from spies to inquisitors. Show the fuck up.
True.
It's going to be funny, though. We have 2 players that pump out pheromones. A Zeltron and a Pauline.
Yeah, but their pheromones don't speak to each other, so.
No, they stack, which is even better.
So what really sucks is I found where the data for characters lives, and that character's data is completely gone. There's no file there.
Oh.
Huh. Well, this will be version 2. It'll be much better.
Yeah, now that you have a better grasp on the group dynamic, you'll be like, here are the gaps that I don't need to feel.
Trying to make you feel good.
I appreciate the effort.
So yeah, Golda, for your Zeltron, if you could get your cunning, willpower, and presence all the 3s, that would be pretty damn dynamic.
Right.
Just a tip. I made the mistake on my first few characters. Spend the bulk of your starting XP into characteristics, because the skills in that will all come later.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to want to have some skills and or specializations at the outset, but getting the stats later is much harder.
Okay.
Much harder. Dice pool is the game. Starting dice pool.
Yeah, it is. More dice to roll is better than not, regardless of their color.
Yep. So, yeah, I tend to put as much as I can into that, and whatever I got left over, then I kind of play with. And my character's humanoid. Actually, depending on the day, he's quite human. Because he's a Claudite.
Somebody went for the shapeshifters. I was hoping somebody would.
So his natural form is, of course, a human. So that's its resting form.
I mean, if Solo taught us anything, it's if you'd roll a good enough deception, any species can look like a trooper.
Right? Yeah. So like with my commando, I could have gone real specialized in like strength or in the brawn, but basically I went 3 brawn, 3 agility, and 3 cunning with the way the race sets out, which basically was 2 across the board except willpower and 3 in cunning. Don't really need the cunning, but it doesn't hurt in a spy mission as a commando. So, but for shooty and stabby, I needed both brawn and agility up a bit.
As I feel, I should totally get my notepad out and write down some notes here.
And I was just greedy because I really didn't want to start with a willpower or a resilience. Oh no, not resilience. What was it? What's like a one vigilance. I didn't really want a 1, so I bumped the 1 will to a 2. So that's 20 points I could really spend. I don't know. I still haven't decided yet fully on that, but one will or 1 vigilance sucks.
And Golda, just to give you a heads up, these Zeltrons are totally Deanna Troy's people from Star Trek, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Mildly telepathic, and their planets are pleasure planets. Best vacation spots ever.
Except when you have an agitator Zeltron yelling at you and exciting you and exciting riots and things.
I mean, it happens. What?
Yeah, agitator is fun. Propagandist agitator can be even more fun.
Ooh, especially if you create the news that fit. You create the agitation to create the news that's fit to print.
Exactly. That's my eventual goal, was to run one into agitator into a propagandist and work them up.
Totally have your selfie droids handy. We're streaming live on the internet, on the HoloNet.
So, but yeah, I got shit tons of equipment money because I took the 2,500 credits plus the 1,000 base credits plus the 500. So I was like, holy shit.
Having that extra 1,000 for having a base is nice.
Well, it's nice, and then when you take the 2,500, so I had basically 4,000 credits, and I have 100 left.
Let's see, where's the right mouse? I have 4 mice in front of me, and I'm not picking the right one. Oh, so, of course, you're starting on the planet of Krulog. Interesting choice, by the way. Imperial school, college there, engineering school for, space engines, lots of gulags.
Yeah. Figured there'd be good activity there. It could be fun.
Lots of options.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm starting with a DR-45 Dragon cavalry blaster.
Ooh.
Base damage of 8. Accurate one with a magnetic weapons tether.
Because one doesn't want to drop it.
No. Well, not when you're commando working your way in. Paired with not paired, but also carrying a parrying vibro knife.
Sometimes you need a knife.
With serrated edges. Well, commandos are kind of a in-your-facer. So, which gives it defensive 1, pierce 2, and vicious 2.
I mean, since we're chit-chatting, I will totally throw out, rather than a poll, what do you guys think of base of operations as I go blip and give some suggestions out? Just a safe house, a medical clinic. I didn't know if anybody has any medicine skills. A ship hangar, repair bay, vehicle garage, a droid shop. I mean, we know if it's a droid shop, who'd want that?
No, we
Something
don't have a grease monkey.
We got a training facility, and when you say what kind of training facility, I say what kind of skill you good at. A laboratory, a research library, a simple residence that you guys have commandeered with, a calf shop, because there's all these colleges, the calf shops do business. The proverbial bar.
Not just any bar, the proverbial bar.
The proverbial bar. Literally, its name is proverbial.
So we don't have a doctor. Don't have.
To which I say we have at least a paramedic in the group, right?
What's that?
Do we at least have a paramedic in the group?
No.
I mean, I could always play my drow. It has some medic skills. I mean, it's a scholar, so it doesn't have any medical stuff. And I'm going to disconnect and reconnect because it's sounding really shitty.
Yeah, there's some weird feedback coming through.
Yeah. I mean, we can do a computer repair shop. I mean, because we do have a slicer.
Oh, that can be a way we make money on the side.
She's great with computers, but not so good with mechanics.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. A computer repair shop or droid shop. I mean, kind of the same thing, isn't it?
No.
Sure.
I want my droid to have race stripes. Makes him go faster.
A walking calculator, right? Kidding. Love you, Kel.
Sure you do.
As all of a sudden you leave your data pad around and she puts a keystroke logger on it, and all of a sudden you're like, where'd all my information go?
Nowhere.
You think that the commando has a data pad? Come on. I would say droid shop, calf shop, or I don't know, some kind of business, a little food shop or something. A little street food vendor shop.
Then comes the question of, okay, who's got the skill to run such a facility?
Clearly I do.
Well, we got somebody at the face side. We got a smart droid. We should be fine.
We got lots of things that can help us. Can you share desperate allies?
Sure.
Thank you. Go ahead.
So that folder I dropped, that's the one of the data sets that I've got now that I loaded.
Where did you put it?
In Skype. In Skype chat.
It may still be loading.
The last thing I see, there it goes. Yeah, the last thing I saw is James' post at 7:53, and before that was Gunter at 7:40. Now I have a download that Jim shared.
Yeah, 740 is the SW data set, Ogdudes. So the information inside you basically put into the data file, then it'll load over and update stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Skype has shared the file yet. Probably saying, stop sharing books.
Jim, how important is the background stuff to you for our characters?
Important eventually.
Okay, because right now I'm just
general.
You don't need to rewrite everything. It's totally can be revealed as you go, man. I mean, as much as you share, I can add stuff into it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
haven't
just,
even.
as I'm rebuilding this guy, I'm trying to remember what I had set in there, and I don't, so.
It'll come out fine.
I mean, and then don't forget, there's always the gift of the story points where you can flip one and say, I totally have an ex-girlfriend or boyfriend that does blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Remember,
I haven't
that's
really
always
written
a
my
good
storyline
use
yet.
of it. And as a spy campaign, I was going to totally let you guys know that if you need to do spy-style flashbacks, because that's what's important in spy games, you do flashbacks to prepare for the unpreparable in the future actually done in the past. Did I make it sound confusing enough? You could totally spend a story point and do a flashback. Oh, boo. Apparently, polls in Skype only let you pick 5 options. So rather than doing a poll for all those base options, I'll let you guys talk it out then. I was going to totally put a poll out there to speed things up and say, vote for your top 3.
Yeah.
As it really annoys me that Skype advertises.
Man, that's so rough, willpower, man. It's only 3 things, but
Yep.
man, they're all so important, so potentially.
I
I mean,
mean
coercion's not so much for everybody, but the discipline and vigilance, it's like,
especially the discipline. I mean, some people got to make sure they got some discipline or at least some skill in the discipline to do their special tricks.
well, yeah, but I mean, can't have a commando losing his shit. Then he just becomes a berserker.
Uh-oh, the commando's lost it again. He's stabbing shit.
Could be fun though. But yeah, I come in shooting as I close the distance, and then I start knifing and shooting. Basically, runs in double fisted, pistol in one hand, doing base 8 damage, and a knife in the backup hand. So he's gonna wear you down as he's making the distance, and then he's gonna start sticking holes in you. All right.
All right. With the what did I do? With the amount of skills or unused XP, or the amount of XP that I got, it says I had a total of 90.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to get 2, like run, agility, intellect, and cunning are all at 2, and willpower and presence are at 3. I don't have enough dollars to up my cunning. Another one. All right. Yeah, up my cunning another one. I go negative if I try to get one more.
Did you spend some experience in something else?
No, not that I'm aware of. Am I supposed to have more than 90 to start?
Nope, that should be the starting.
Mm-hmm. So hold on a second. Let me go back. Let me reset this back to
I would
what it
double
is
check,
when it started. Okay,
because
so
you should be able to with the 90. If you wanted to, you could have cunning, willpower, and presence all at 3, and still have 10 XP left over.
where is it? Where is it saying that I used XP? I haven't done anything. Where would my I haven't bought any skills yet.
Could you possibly have accidentally clicked something on specialization?
I went back and I double checked. I've unchecked everything on specialization. There's nothing checked in that category. My characteristics are all at 0 for 5. Let me go to skills.
Yeah, see if you have
Nothing is marked as
anything
being bought.
in the buy
and-
ranks. Okay,
The
that's
buy ranks are
weird.
all zeros for me. My equipment, I haven't purchased anything yet. My vehicular is empty. I don't have any companions. Let me go back to my description. My background, no. Like, obligation, duty, I have communications, but I haven't, like, selected it yet. Like, does selecting an obligation or duty, or excuse me, does selecting a duty take away your XP?
No, duty. If you put enough in there, will actually give you the option to add cash or more XP. So when you go to the obligation duty tab on the top there, where it says select, if you select duty on the drop down, and you go down to the duty options part where it says starting size for your group, you select 10. And
I did those pieces when you walked me through it earlier.
And then all those options should light up: the +5 starting XP, the +10 starting XP, and those should all turn white instead of gray.
Well, only if you go 0 or 5 will any of them light up.
Yeah. So if
you have 10, you're not going to get to choose any of that because
so
you start with you're getting 10 points.
You can choose to lose duty, which by the way is totally the way to go. And
yeah, I went
lose
0 duty.
the duty, and basically you can trade it for either more XP or for cash.
I thought there used to be a half and half one. I don't see that anymore in Og Dudes.
There is in Og Dudes. They don't do it. You can actually click in Og Dudes the 5 XP and 1,000 if you spent all your duty. Which is the only way they can do a 50-50 split.
Okay.
Yeah, because in the book they totally have a 50-50 option.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought Og Dudes did too. It must have been an update or something, and they changed the way they did it.
It's not letting me. Oh.
And you have to have the 10 selected, member, for the bottom, for the group size.
Yeah, make sure when they drop down for starting size for group, it has 10 selected.
So, it's not letting me deselect. There's not a delete for obligation duty.
So
right, like I selected it and I hit save one time and now I got it.
Well, you can change what
remove.
It is.
There it is. Remove. Finally found it. Okay.
You can highlight it and click remove, and it's also got the drop downs too.
Okay, 1000% have no idea where I spent money. Everything is at zeros. Right? Like I haven't bought any goddamn thing. And yet. Oh, was it buying my career? Did that take points?
No.
No, that shouldn't spend some unless you clicked purchase for additional specializations.
I don't believe so. So how do I reset my?
Just you basically have to, I think, recreate.
Yeah,
or let me
you
look
have
here.
to make a new one.
Probably.
No backwards undo button.
Backwards undo button. You're adorable. Why would this man ever do that? Right.
Yeah, you just create a new one.
So,
yep,
Gilda,
that's what I'm going to have to do.
What is your strongest characteristic that you're going into?
Before I purchase anything, my strongest characteristic is presence.
She's pretty.
Yeah, so she's looking at going triple on the back end.
Yeah, so
on the last three
on cunning, 3 on willpower, and 3 on presence.
Yep.
Okay. Because just keep in mind, I had and I'm thinking of going, since I'm recreating the character, 4 or 5 presents.
That's fine, because her thing's going to be the predominantly the coercion and probably deception, because she's going to
Okay.
piss people off and lie to them to get them riled up and stuff more than charming people. But I would guess.
I'll be more charm and leadership and negotiation.
I think it's hard to agitate people. I mean, I guess you could be over charming, but that can be.
I don't find it hard to agitate people at all.
Right, but it's not by being charming typically. That's what I forgot and need to do. Shit.
What's that?
Well, so I'm going range light and then melee predominant. So I'm like, one of the commando skills or talents is strong arm, which treat thrown weapons as if they had a 1 greater range. So I can I need to pick up a little baseball or two.
I was gonna say that would be really nice for grenades.
Uh-huh.
God, I forgot what the talent was that in Genesis they basically have like Grenadier, I think it is, that lets you add one range to grenades, which is nice.
Yeah.
Because
So
it's so much nicer dropping those grenades not in short distance.
Yeah, so the strong arm allows me to do grenades, knives, or whatever at medium range. Yeah. I think I'll go that route. Do that.
As I totally sense tonight is a session 0 and not going back to the jungle planet. But that's a good thing.
Well, we can go back to that next session still, or just say screw it and bug out to the safety of the Sith Lord.
The way Grix is going to end that other campaign is by going back to the wheel and finding his girl.
Aww.
I can either. Oh, I haven't done that yet. My problem.
So before you do anything, select your species and then go by your characteristics. Then
I did.
Species, career, characteristics.
And then
absolutely.
I ditched duty and I purchased XP and some more cash. So I have 15 unused XP.
Nice.
Can I up any of my characteristics? No.
15 is just enough to make you think you can, but you can't.
But you can't.
I guess
so. I'm at 222,333.
Which means physically you're average, and when it comes to presence, cunning, and willpower, you're above average. Which, remember, for your race, your people are known for being very gullible because hey, you're hippies, you hippy dippies, and you are actually extremely strong-willed for your people, which is a good thing.
They're known for being extremely gullible.
But you can actually be hard-nosed about it, and people would be like, "Ooh, obviously she's the Karen of her species."
You have no idea.
And she's like, "Let me start to agitate you.
Let me tell you.
Agitate you."
That I got 100 credits, which can buy 2 frag grenades.
I think Kelly
Are
was
y'all
saying
buying?
but I think she might be muted.
I'm muted.
I thought I heard you make a noise.
Nope.
So, what does our slicer think about choice of bases, by the way?
Did you put a poll up?
I didn't put a poll up because it would be on Facebook and would totally ignore Kelly.
Yeah. So, like I said, my thought was droid shop, a calf shop, or I don't know, some kind of a business of some kind.
I'd be more likely to choose the droid shop. For one, I am a droid, so certain things.
What? I never noticed. You walk like a person. I mean,
we can just see your girl.
I'd go droid shop or safe house. So, for equipment, is anyone else picking up a 3-mile secure comlink?
Ooh.
Well, I'm definitely going to take a
Who?
comlink.
Our droid's got a concealable comlink, so she can be not seen having her built-in comlink. But it's not
I got
secure.
an earbud. Yeah, I got an earbud comlink.
I mean, if you're going to be spies, you got to have that very easy to conceal earbud.
Hey, well, it's kind of hard to shoot and stab when you're trying to hold a communicator. Just saying.
I'm like, I have to put either the gun or the knife down to pick up the salt and pepper shaker.
Well, if I'm putting one of those down, then a grenade's going in the hand, not a comlink. All right.
All right, those are cheaper. I'll buy an earbud comlink.
Yeah, I got a breath mask impact ×3, earbud comlink, and a utility belt, because everybody's got to have a utility belt.
Utility belts are handy.
And then I got armored clothing and, like I said, really nice gun and 2 grenades and a paring vibro knife.
A partridge in a pear tree.
With serrated edges, which gives it more vicious.
Somebody's hoping to get that crit kill.
Well, I mean, it is the paring vibroblade does have a 2 crit.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gives defensive even. So with the armored clothing, so I look like normal Joe Blow in clothing until I pull out my pistol and knife, and then the Pierce 2 and Vicious 2 with a crit of 2 and a defensive run. Yeah. So I have a range defensive 1 and a melee defensive 2.
Look at you shooting you being difficult.
Well, yeah.
And the next thing we need is the Claudite to have some smoke bombs so he can go and shapeshift in the smoke.
Right?
Pew, pew, pew.
I was going to say, how good is our Claudite's deception roll?
I'm going to be right back.
Okay.
Yep. Deception. Probably not good because, I mean.
You've got indistinguishable. That's always good.
Oh, no. That's right. I got 3. So I got base green 3.
That's right. Their changeling uses resilience. Suffer 3 strain, make a resilience check.
Oh, yeah.
Here to match a previously observed silhouette 1 character. You make a perception versus deception to check. So yeah, it's going to be your deception for your disguise to protect it.
Yeah. Well, I would imagine, except for my natural resting form I've taken.
Mm-hmm.
Because they typically have a basic, everyday, non-Claudite form that they've adopted, which for me will be just a base human. So I would think that wouldn't be normal deception for that if they live that all the time.
Yeah. Oh no, the deception is just if someone's trying to see through your disguise.
Right. If I'm trying to see through, if I'm trying to look like somebody else.
Yeah. If you're particularly taking somebody's face.
Right.
He's gonna take my face. I need it.
Yeah, yours would probably be a lot of work.
Pretty close to human, so it shouldn't be that hard, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I could totally see the mission now. She's going in with you, you look like her, and you're trying to get an Imperial officer to leave their group and say, have you ever been with twins?
Yeah.
And the giggling commences.
Right? That's awesome. All right. I think I'm pretty much built. I decided to spend that extra experience and go ahead and go with the one will. What the hell?
Watch him all of a sudden lose his shit. Note to self, release psychotropics.
I'm back.
I mean,
Welcome back.
It's not like rebels really run against many fear checks, thankfully.
Right? Because we're just badass.
Nobody wants to be a commando that gets scared.
Yep. And then I got point blank, which adds a little extra damage at short and engaged range.
Which would be really handy if you're dual wielding it. Engaged range.
Yep. Shoot and stab.
There's nothing wrong with the classic pirate move of sword and pistol.
Yep.
Or in your case, sword and blade.
Yep. Well, no, heavy blaster and blade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I shoot you in the face and stab you in the dick.
Finish me off! Finish me off! Put me down, you bastard!
While you're worrying about the pistol in your face, you're getting a knife in the gut.
I think I'm going to go padded armor.
And for your Falleen, what career did you decide on?
Oh, the Falleen was going to be a tactician.
Tactician, okay. I didn't have a chance to write that one down yet.
Yeah, he's going to go around telling us what to do all the time and where to go.
And you're just like, these Species Imperials have this coming. If they would have just hired me and given me a proper rank.
Right? That's the only reason he's fighting against him is because they wouldn't hire him. So he's like, screw you.
Well, I mean, he's a Falleen. They looked at him and were like, nah, we pass. You don't fit our paradigm of what a good trooper should look like.
Right? Yeah. I mean, in the time frame we're in, they're still using other races,
Clones.
though they tend to be of lesser standing and importance.
Slowly drumming the unwanted out.
Yes.
Yep. All right, so what's a... let's see, how much money do I have left? What's a good gun for me to get?
Well,
are we talking light? Or are we talking...
Yeah, ranged light.
Ranged light, because it's important to have pistols that you can tuck in your belt and hide rather than, rifles that are out and about. How much cash are you looking at?
I mean, I still need to buy some gear, but right now I have 900.
Oh.
900.
What'd you do with your duty?
Put it into experience because Falleen only starts with 90.
If you want to be really sexy, for 750 there is the single shot dueling pistol, which does 9 damage, accurate 1 and pierce 1, but it's only a single shot pistol.
Oh, right, exactly. I shoot it once and it's done, so no.
That's got some great character.
Yeah. How much is the whatchamacallit, my favorite pistolier gun? What the hell is that? The Riker or no, the something like that? The shit. Can't remember what it's called.
Let's see. I've got them sorted by cash.
My Zark pistol.
No, that's a Reich blade. Never mind.
What the hell is it called, Jim? You know what I'm talking about.
You want something scary? There's for 750. There is the IR5 Intimidator pistol. It's basically an Uzi. It's 5 damage, auto fire, and an accurate 1. It's basically your tiny terrorist Uzi.
Yeah.
Which one's that one?
That is the IR-5 Intimidator blaster pistol. It is a restricted pistol, henceforth the Uzi comment. It's literally seen as like in the real world how an Uzi is looked at in someone's person. It's a terrorist weapon, but you're the terrorist, so it's okay. See, even the blip reminded us. There's the DL-19.
Excuse me, we are not terrorists. We're freedom fighters.
I remember the gun I had bought last time was something that had, like, piercing on it.
Yeah, that's my gun I'm trying to think of, but I'm busy muddling a drink.
I was going to say, is that what that is? Is that those little flavor cubes?
Yeah. Had to break it up, you know.
Oh, and
So
now
yes,
I'm
that
into
was
the range
pounding
category.
and stuff that I muted before I got too far. Dang it! Now I got to go back and look, but it's probably too expensive.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's out of the price range is why I'm not looking at it, because I'm seeing...
Yeah. Oh.
I mean, there is the DL-7H heavy blaster pistol. It's also a restricted one for $850.
The one I had before was the Rebellio K23 blaster pistol.
There it is, the Rebellio. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
I have a character that has a pair of those. That's a gunslinger.
Hey, they're only $600.
Yep.
There you go.
That was the
6
one that I
damage,
had before.
medium range, pierce 2. Has the stun setting.
Yep. Yeah, the
That's the one that...
The Rebellio has done my little gunslinger, my squib gunslinger quite well.
Yeah, that was the one that I had picked up when I created him previously, so I think that's the one I'll go with.
I'm a fan. Yeah, you don't want the heavy pistol I have, which does not conceal well. Because it's a very big, blocky, heavy blaster pistol.
It's a
so I
chunk.
gotta reload.
I mean, it does 8 points of damage for a pistol, so.
Get a couple of stim packs.
Never hurts.
Oh, I forgot that one. The Lucky Blaster from Unlimited Power.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, which we're going to need stim packs because, yeah, we don't really have a dedicated healer, so it will be stim pack heals all day long.
I mean, you are rebels. You're supposed to cut and run. I mean, what is this sustained damage talk?
I can always play the draw.
Oh, you're good. Focus, man. Focus.
So Jeff, what career were you thinking?
But like I said, one idea would be, do the Jedi, shadow. But I could just go, as a smuggler thief. Depends on if we want to have, Jedi entanglements.
And you technically don't have to have thief. That's just me totally stealing the taglines from Leverage back in the day.
No, I wasn't taking that from you. I was taking that from Gunter telling me, and I'm afraid of Gunter. So. He's got Sonny trained to attack. So.
It's funny you say that because just earlier today in a meeting, so I got a new internet and the internet is working beautifully, but the downside is that it has completely fucked up my Blink security system.
Oh no!
And I can't get it to work flat out, so I'm switching over to Google Nest, and so I joked when I was on a meeting earlier today, telling them all the same stuff. I said, "So if you're planning on robbing my house, now's the time to do it."
Yeah.
My boss said, she's like, "Ooh, I can look in the HR system and get your address." And I said, "Yeah, you'll just have to watch out because I have a trained attack bird." All right, so new build: 1 yellow, 4 green, and charm. 1 yellow, 4 green, -1 black, and cool. 2 yellow, 3 green, -1 black, and leadership. 5 green in negotiation. Ranged light is down from what it was before, but I think I put skill points into it, and I spent those points on characteristics instead this time. So my ranged light is only 1 yellow, 1 green for the moment.
Yeah, basically I'll fight. 2 yellow, 1 green, and range light, melee and brawl. 1 yellow, 2 green, and athletics, and 1 yellow, 2 green, and resilience. And otherwise, everything's just green. What, kitty? What?
My cat was all over my ass today at work. Every time I'd be on the phone. And then as soon as I get off the phone, he falls asleep on my computer tower. And I'm just thinking, think of all the cat hair going in that tower.
So yeah, so far I'm not super brawny, but I've got 14 wound and 10 strain with 4 soak.
That's pretty brawny.
Yeah, 1 range defense and 2 melee defense. So, try not to get hit as well as soak. I went with the defense over 2 soak for a 5 soak. Actually, with my dragoon, that's the pistol. That's 2 green or 2 yellow, 1 green, and a blue because it's accurate 1.
So Golda, for your agitator, did you decide on which one of the freebie universal talent trees that you wanted?
Oh, no. Where were those? I know you shared them with us, but where did you share them with us?
It was
way up in Skype.
I will post it again to make you not have.
No. Please don't.
Okay.
I clicked on all of the links that you shared with us.
So it's going to be the big blue one where it's got Senator, Separatist Commander, Recruit, Retired Clone Trooper, and which I don't think you're going to be Retired Clone Trooper with that race.
No.
And then Padawan Survivor, and I think that computer just froze up again.
So in Og Dudes, if you add 20 XP, award yourself 20 XP, and then go to purchase under the specializations and click on show universal specializations, then you can look at those and choose from those, and it tells you kind of what goes with what on some of them.
Unfortunately, a lot of them are not in Og Dudes, though.
Yeah, most of the ones that Jim said we can take are not in Og Dudes. I think the only one that was in there was maybe Recruit.
Yeah.
What other one?
So
there's Imperial
Padawan
Academy
Survivor that's from the Rebels book. There's Retired Clone Trooper if you're a human. Then there's the Recruit, which is the Rebels version of the Imperial Cadets. There's the Imperial Cadets. And then there's the Senator, if you want to actually be a senator or somebody who is basically like Leia being groomed to become a senator in her future career. And then the Empire decided to dissolve the Senate.
Yeah, I think some of those there's a couple of those I don't have, I don't think, but some of those are in that data set that I dropped in Skype. Yeah, I forgot. I didn't even look at that with those extra XP. I do have Padawan Survivor. which is actually kind of nice because that gets me parry. So with that knife, I can now parry. And under that tree, it has reflect, which does not say
you cannot reflect
lightsaber.
with a parrying knife.
It says, when hit by ranged attack, suffer 3 strain to reduce damage by 2 plus ranks in reflect, where there's other parries or parry somethings or that specifically, or skills that say specifically lightsaber. So I don't know.
Maybe if your blade was made of kurtosis.
But I can learn to make a lightsaber.
So on that Umbaran character that I created, I also bought protective goggles to negate the 1 black when in normal light.
Hey, that's what you do.
Oh, shit. Wait, I might want to take those points back.
All of a sudden, he saw something else. It was much tastier.
Well, I forgot that I had force power. That I forgot about the universal, and I wasn't even looking at that when I dropped my will back down to 1. And I forgot about, oh yeah, I'm a Padawan survivor. I have a force dice. And I'm thinking about going with that's 15. So I'm thinking about going with misdirect for my commando, which is what I had for my steel fist guy. Basically, a force user creates illusions to fool those around them. So the user may spend a force dice or force pip to make a target at up to short range unable to perceive a chosen person or object of silhouette 1 or smaller until the beginning of the user's next turn. So basically, I can just not be there until the commando starts beating the shit out of you.
You don't see me.
I choose to be invisible.
Which works great for a commando.
My Jesus. I lied, Jim. I can't find it. I thought I had all of them, but I guess not.
Okay, no problem. I can share that real quick.
Thank you.
It's sad because my one computer I was taking notes on just froze up, and I'm like, great, all those notes are just going to disappear.
Have you not been saving?
I have not.
I taught you nothing, Jim. Because your wife taught you nothing. Your wife is one of the people who taught me to save every goddamn thing.
Yes, save bets. Trust me.
Save early, save often.
Yes.
Even if you have autosave selected,
Still
like
save.
in Excel, I still.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of good that does you when the program crashes and deletes your character on you.
Aww.
Stupid program.
Stupid head.
Yeah.
I don't know what went wrong, but somewhere along the way, my work version of Excel has decided you need to save every 37.4 milliseconds. As soon as you type something in Excel and you tab out of the cell that you're in, it starts saving.
Oh.
It doesn't wait the 10 minutes. It doesn't give you a chance to actually do anything. And then it locks up my computer because it's saving. And then I can't do the next thing I'm supposed to do because I'm saving. And my IT's like, yeah, you just need to update your autosave. I'm like, it's not autosave, sir. Oh, well, that's set by our admin. Okay, what does yours say? Nobody on my team who's all under the same admin has this issue. What happens with you? What happens when you do this? Oh, I don't have that issue. You think maybe it's something with my system? No. Oh, okay, thanks, IT. Suck my dick, IT. I hate you.
Flames on the side of my face.
Right, and then he talks to me like I'm a fucking idiot when I'm the one telling him that there's something wrong, and he's like, "That's really weird." Well, really, sir, is it? Is it really weird? Big
It's
dumb
not
head.
that weird.
Well, and he acts as if like he's completely surprised that this could have ever been something that happened.
My team and stuff, it's like they know, like, if anything can technologically go wrong, it will happen to me. Dennis dubbed me, that I had this bizarre magnet. It's still in full swing. Yeah.
Force adherent?
Basically, your force
I can be
adherent
force adherent or force.
So the force adherent is that cool dude from Rogue One, the martial artist that didn't have force powers per se, but had some cool I'm in touch with myself and the universe, I'm one with the force and the force is one with me, or with me.
Right.
With me.
So
it basically means that you spent time around Jedis, you know of Jedis, you know of the force and that it's a real deal, but you unfortunately do not have the gift.
So that's the sensitive. Yeah. An adherent is the person who actually uses it.
No. The adherent is the one who knows of the force and is like a Zen Buddhist, but does not actually get to use force powers. The force sensitive emergent is basically Luke at the beginning of the series, where he just has a feeling, and you just start to get to use your force powers.
Oh, I don't want that.
It basically just means you have an intuition and you listen to it often. And right. Darth Vader will totally say, "This one is strong in the Force."
Neat. So I cannot. There it is. Okay. Which is it in a particular career or is it not? Because
they're not. These are all universal ones.
I asked it to show me universal.
It's not in Ogdudes. Most of these are in books that never got put into Ogdudes.
Okay, fine.
So if you click the little link that I've
really
got
needs
there,
to get his shit together.
Well, I think he is forsaken this game for another game.
Maybe.
It's the sad panda face. Ever since Fantasy Flight Games sold it, he's just like, I'm not going to do anything to piss off the new folks.
Yeah, you should have at least, you should be on 2.3.4.0. That's the latest.
Yeah.
That's what I have, yeah.
So, like, for just to give you an idea on the Force Adherent, they have Grit, they have Push Aside, Extended Reach, Precision Strike. Totally like, your Buddhist fighting monk type powers. Like in Rogue One, when you see him take apart that Stormtrooper squad with hand-to-hand, that's totally what a Force Adherent would do. Is you've been trained in the basics of combat, and you know how to flow with the Force, even though you can't tap into the Force.
Got it. Okay. Why is something being so damn pissy? Which book is it in, please?
It is in a book I don't believe I have, but no, I think I might have it. Let me see.
Force and Destiny, Keeping the Peace.
In one of the last books that came out, which has got the rebels and stuff. I think that's the right book. I'm going to open it up myself just to double check.
Oh, hey. So, Jim, have we determined like what year we're going to be playing in?
Yep. I thought it was only like 5 or 6 years after the Empire's taken over. So a little
So,
before Solo.
so we're saying like 4 or 5 years after or 5 or 6 years after the Galactic Senate was dissolved and turned into the Imperial Senate. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's going to be a little before that because remember that happens in A New Hope. So this is going to be like 10 years before that. Before it was officially dissolved by the Emperor. The problem is that the Emperor kind of neutered it beforehand.
Well, according to canon, the Senate shift happened in 19 BBY.
Okay, so yeah, that would be before we start.
Perfect. If I remember correctly, Fallen have long lifespans too.
Well, unless you're in Jim's campaign.
And the Padawan
think that's-
Survivor, Imperial Academy Cadet, and Force Adherents are all in the Dawn of Rebellion book.
Indomitable believer.
Here, I was wondering if somebody would want to actually take the retired clone trooper. Because they actually have a talent tree for the retired clone troopers.
Yeah.
Of course they do.
You know, besides disgruntled. You, sir, are obsolete.
So
You can be a pirate too.
So we're allowed to be one of these for free, Jim?
Yep, I'm giving you that tree for free.
We still have to buy all the skills in the tree.
Yeah. Basically,
Yeah.
you get a second career for free, just to make your character have more character. You know. So, like,
it'd be funny if my character was like one of somebody who did have force, like they were force sensitive, but then I don't do anything with it because I don't believe in it. You say what you want, I don't think it exists. There's no reason for me to be able to do this. Imperial Cadet?
Yeah, that's what I am.
that is also what your slicer droid is too. She is formally trained by the Empire.
Yes.
Until she said, "Screw that."
No,
Well,
until C dash or C1-10P shows me the light.
Well, that makes me nervous. A bunch of Imperial cadets and a Padawan survivor.
Well, if it makes you feel better, this planet is like one of the Empire's biggest Imperial universities.
True.
Who was it that picked this planet again?
All y'all.
Because of that.
Oh no, I totally did not pick
I think
one.
I did too.
And
It's
Jeff
funny
was there
because
with me saying, we don't fucking know.
I voted on 2 planets. One was the Imperial School, and the other one was the future home of the Republic after the fall of the Empire.
I mean, why not?
Mon Mothma's homeworld?
Yeah.
I mean, why not screw with a bunch of pilots?
I mean, think
And
about it.
young
There's a
recruits and-
spaceship engineering corporation here. There's, the Imperial Academy. There's a university, academy of actual schools. So this totally gives you the college kid angle of, maybe you guys know the planet. Maybe that's why you were sent here. You probably spend at least one, semester on this planet.
So Zer is 41 years old. I was thinking he was conscripted into the Separatist army, and then with the fall of the Separatists at the end of the Clone Wars, he was conscripted into the Imperial Academy, and didn't like what was going on there, and so he split to join the rebellion.
He said, I'm out.
Yep. Yeah, average lifespan for a Falleen is 250. They can live up to 400 years. Just goes to show that a lot of them die early.
Well, they do run one of the biggest mobs in the galaxy.
True story. So I remember Shizor's ship is called the Virago, but it was a Nova Star class fighter, I believe, heavy fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want one of those.
If you happen to find one of those laying around,
I'll take it off your hands.
hey, Steamy, can you keep this on my Amazon wish list?
Right?
If one of these comes available on the HoloNet market, make sure the vendor gets 0 stars so no one bids on it so I can win it.
There you go.
See me, he means me. C3M3.
Nice.
What does it stand for, C3M3?
See me.
Stands for see me?
See me, yes.
Yeah, if you make the 3 into an E.
It's lead speak.
So several years ago in Hero Forge, I was actually just creating Star Wars characters, and I created a droid Jedi that I named C1 before.
A droid Jedi? So you have no force power?
I didn't know where I was going with it. I just created it cuz.
Hey, on the plus side, a couple years ago they made that Star Wars fighting game. The new one that was supposed to be like for cell phones, but I think the company went bankrupt. But one of the fighters actually was a droid who thought he was a Jedi because he used gimmicks to simulate force abilities. So he totally had magnetic tethers on little discs that he could throw like ninja stars and then magnetically pull things.
Nice.
And he, of course, totally thought he was a Jedi, but everybody knows better. And we do have the fact that Doctor Who's droid actually does have the lightsaber skill, because that's how he teaches Padawans lightsaber.
Right.
It's like, who does not want a 400-year-old droid that teaches Padawans how to build their first saber? You know how useful that would be. You cut his waist off and you weld him to a table.
Yeah. You ain't going nowhere.
So I'm currently sharing, and you can see C1B4.
Are you sharing it on the Skype?
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like a.
You're screen sharing. I should open up Skype so I can see more than a postage stamp.
What character? Hold on one sec. Let me see what. Oh, okay, I haven't changed anything on him, I don't think. So
I like seeing someone else has become a fan of the Hero Forge.
I love you.
Oh, I backed Hero Forge on the Kickstarter.
That's cool.
So that was C1B4. Darth Netgrew.
I like how it has a rainbow background.
Yeah, you don't get to pick the background. It's just that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he didn't. This guy didn't even get a name, but here was my male bounty hunter.
You just call him Goggles.
And Kelly and Dave will remember Alina from the first game I joined you guys in. And let's see, here's Bix. And he's basically posed for me to create a token out of him. So if I were to come to booth environment, get rid of that, and then turn him this way. So that's how you make the token then.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's why I said, if you guys create characters and you want to send them to me, I can create tokens for you for the next, like 3.5 weeks. And yeah. And so that's why when you go into my heroes again, you'll see I have 2 copies of Zare, because the first one is
Zare the Mini.
Don't save. Yeah, one is Zare the Mini, and the other one is
very clever with the face pose.
Zare the.
I see you up there.
Yeah, and it's funny. You got to distort their neck completely. But when you look at it from the top, it gives you just enough of their face to make it look, decent.
Yeah.
Well played, sir.
Why, thank you, sir. So who else? Oh, and you guys remember from the games we were playing at Tucson Games and Gadgets, this was Kalesia, and I had created a transparent version of her. And then there's Stoic Rune Fury. Here's Silver Tongue. The creepy eyes.
So much mascara.
So there's this VR MMO called Orbus, and this was the character that I played in that. And then there's
Manhattan.
Yep, Dr. Manhattan from this was just to see if I could do it, and yep, got him all nice and glowy. And if I ever printed him, he would have been semi-transparent, so he would have looked just like Dr. Manhattan.
Cool.
And here was a Trandoshan Jedi that I created.
Nice. I was going to throw that out there for you, Gunter, by the way. Have you checked out the Separatist Commander instead of an Imperial Cadet?
Oh, I can take a look at it. And I thought I looked at all of them and thought the... So let me look. First, let me stop sharing because we don't need to do that anymore. How do I stop sharing?
You stop caring.
Oh.
I'll never stop caring.
If you click screen share again, it should stop it.
Where did it? There we go. I'm looking in the wrong place, I believe. Yeah, stop sharing.
We can
Perfect.
still see it.
Yeah, now you should be done seeing it.
So if in the chat there, if you click on the link I put in there, it totally brings up the talent tree. And then if you click the picture and then click see full size image, it's almost legible.
Is it the one that's currently Star Wars Dawn of the Rebellion PDF?
No, it's just in the word bubble, just above those.
Force sensitive and force adherent are the only ones I'm seeing.
Do you see the words above that, the blue bubble, where it says Senator?
Oh, Charm. Senator, yep.
Yeah. Scroll up. It's just above the Senator for the Separatist Commando or Commander. And then if you click that little link, it'll bring you up on the wiki page. And if you click the picture, and then you click view full size image.
You know what? That's why I didn't.
You said you wanted to go leadership, right?
This character is gonna be
Was it you
leadership,
David leadership?
tactician.
Because this one does have field commander. I don't know if your talent tree does.
No, weren't you telling us about field commander as the one that allows the...
Yeah, so the tactician does have field commander.
Does tactician have improved field commander?
I believe it does. Let me double check and I can tell you. Yes, improved field commander does go down into improved field commander.
Okay. So I wasn't sure if this is a tree that might interest you. It does require a lot more work around to get to improved in field commander, but it does also have scathing tirade too.
And supreme scathing tirade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might add some other enhancements.
Yeah, it's got droid commander.
Along those skills,
may perform field commander.
See, I think that's why I kind of overlooked this one, is because with my old tired eyes, it's fucking hard to read this shitty ass scan.
This is
well, that's where you have to sometimes go look it up to get there.
In the book Collapse of the Republic is which book that comes from. Which should be
or just look up the skill tree online. You can find other images.
Yeah, better images, because this is one of those squinty ones.
Did you give us a PDF of Collapse of the Republic?
I believe I did, way up in the chat.
And your old eyes, whatever.
No, you definitely did not give it to us way back, because I downloaded everything way back and it's not in there.
Okay, let me find it real quick.
Young pup weren't complaining about his eyes.
I know. Just gonna let it go.
Yeah. Heaven forbid if anybody did recruit as rebels.
I mean, the Rebel recruit is nice because it unlocks a lot of skills as career skills. That's one that's in the base Age of Republic book. It's just a good overall basic soldier tree.
Yeah. Well, the Imperial's similar, but...
Yeah. It gives you, like, the first row is basic combat training, which makes brawl and ranged light a career skill. You get second wind, which is gaining strain back equal to second wind as an incidental. Tactical training, which gives melee and range heavy career skills. And outdoorsman removes a black dice for stuff outside and decreases your overland travel by half.
Yeah. No. Except I'm running around with a bunch of traitors that I'm gonna get lynched with because of association when they get caught.
And it's nice because you end up getting multiple second wins on the second row. Then your third row is quick draw, which everybody loves, and spare clip, which is you cannot run out of ammo due to a despair. Yeah. Items with limited ammo run out of ammo as normal. Yeah, It's got 3 second wins on its tree total. Though the one I like is the creative killer. Reduce the crit rating of improvised weapons by 2.
Yeah.
And then at the bottom of its row is dynamic fire. When making a ranged attack while engaged with an opponent, may suffer 2 strain to reduce the range modifier by 1.
Yeah.
A certain sword and board pistolero would like that one.
Yep.
And lots of toughened on that tree.
Probably going to close that. Oh, yes. There we go.
On the plus side, I mean, you've got a few different Imperial Academy guys who are going to know the let's see, we got first row is knowledge specialization. Choose one knowledge skill when making a check. May spend triumph to gain additional successes equal to your ranks in that knowledge specialization. You've got know the enemy. Character may use knowledge warfare to determine initiative, so they can basically dump all their points in warfare instead of cool or discipline. See me, I'm totally talking to you on that one. By the book, once per encounter before making a combat check, this character may suffer 2 strain to add advantage to the results equal to ranks in by the book.
Hold it, which is this?
This is the Imperial tree. It's one of the print-ups you've got.
Yeah.
Then there's defensive driving. Increase the defense of a vehicle or starship being piloted by 1. The sweet one, though, is the known schematic. Once per session, may perform a known schematic, make a hard education knowledge roll. If it succeeds, you gain familiarity with a building or ship's design. Because we all know the Empire builds it by the book.
Mm-hmm.
And then formation tactics. Take the formation tactics action, making a hard leadership check. If successful, choose a number of allies within short range equal to successes generated. Upgrade the difficulty of attacks against these allies. Because you're telling them to take the defensive formation.
Yeah, I have 4 toughened between my 2 trees. So I can make my guy quite formidable in hit points or wound threshold.
Oh yeah, you get a couple toughened and that jumps you up pretty damn quick.
Yeah, well, like I said, between the 2 trees, I have a total of like 4 toughens.
All of a sudden, he will double his wounds by the end of his education.
Yep. It's not quite as much as I would like in the whatchamacallit, the other one.
All right, here we go. Separatist Commander Tree.
The grit. I only get 2 grits, I think. Nope, 1 grit.
Yeah, I don't think there's any tree that gives a lot of both. You know, if you get grit and toughen.
Yeah.
Ooh. Right off the bat, I'm liking the Separatist Commander talent tree. Command, add 1 blue per rank of command when making leadership checks. Affected targets add 1 blue to discipline checks for the next 24 hours.
And remember, you do have a guy who's got only 1 dice in discipline.
Yep, so could...
I take it you have gotten that book open.
All right, everyone, looking at the time, I'm going to bug out.
Yep, it's after 9.
And if anyone's looking for something interesting to read, totally check out the Death Watch Warrior in Collapse of the Republic and the Night Sister. I love the Night Sister one.
As I was scrolling past them, I was like, oh, shame. I bet there's some fun stuff in there.
Yeah, for the Senator, you get lots of resolve, savvy, inspiring rhetoric, which is the opposite of... it actually gives you back your strain. And then the Separatist Commander, which is funny because the Separatist Commander totally looks like an Imperial.
Oh, see, that one's just cold, but I like it. Separatist Commander, the bottom of the tree on the right. Lead from the back. Once per round, may spend 1 destiny point to redirect a successful attack against the character to an allied NPC.
Because remember, technically you were leading an army of droids at this point, so the droids are meant to take the hit.
Yep.
And then on the opposite side, you've got lead from the front, which is funny.
One
is lead from the back, the other is lead from the front.
I was just going to read that one, because I haven't read it yet.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Yeah, one thing that's kind of cool on the Padawan survivors: trust no one. When targeted by a social check, may choose to suffer one strain to add automatic failure to the check. If the check fails with a despair, the character may immediately perform a maneuver as an out of turn incidental.
I'm gonna go too, so good night, guys.
All right,
Good night.
Good night.
See, I'm not sure the Separatist commander has as much to offer as the Imperial cadet. Especially since stuff like Field Commander and Improved Field Commander are already part of my,
It does double up on a bunch of those.
Yep. I mean, there's the Speaks binary, Improved Speaks binary, and Supreme Speaks binary, but I already get Speaks binary at least.
That would totally be if you are doing the droid shop, the reason why you want a droid shop is you want a droid army to take over this world.
True story. I'll think about it a little bit. I might go with the Separatist, but I'm still leaning more toward the Imperial right now.
Okay. Go ahead and just let me know in the chat. Remember, we haven't even gotten to session 0 officially. So,
Yep.
No.
I got time.
And I totally sent Jeff a message because I want to know what his final answer was if he got one for his careers.
Yep. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off too.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Have a good night, guys.
Y'all have a good one.
Did you have any questions, Golda?
No, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm pretty sure that I can. I just need to put everything together in a way that makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I should be able to do it.
Okay. And if you need any help, we can totally use that as an excuse to get together before, we game hardcore before you take your world trip and everything.
Yeah.
We could always say,
I'm kind of excited.
We need to meet Golda at Kontiki to talk about her trip before she leaves the country.
It's entirely for work. For serious. It's making sure my character's ready to go. It's what I'm doing.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right. I'll talk to you soon, hon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.